Hi, this is Dr. Mark Sehl from the YouTube channel Therapy for the Heart and also podcast Therapy for the Heart. And I just wanted to tell you a story. And I visit my friend in the nursing home and on a regular basis. She's the wife of my good friend. And so there's a table that everybody sits at. She sits at always in the same place at the end, and at the other end there's a square. So there's about 5 residents there. So I got to know them, and I joke around with them and talk to them and pay attention to Barbara, and she talks to me. But at the end of the table, there was one woman, and no one ever talked to. They never said anything to her. They talked with each other. Sometimes, and sometimes they don't. But anyway, they never mentioned her. She never. So sometimes she would sit there and she would have her hand in midair and just like be fixed at that position, and then the hand would come down slowly, like that. And she could eat by herself with a little assistance sometimes from the aides. But anyway, I was kind of amazed. What is that? What does that mean that she's not? So one day I went up and talked to her, and I said, by the way, could oh no, I drew her a picture. I drew her a picture. And from the end of the table, and I gave it to her, and she liked it a lot. So I took a picture of her holding the drawing, which is in one of my collections there, and I liked that picture a lot. She did also. So I got my mouth an inch away from her ear, just close to her face. I mean, it's crazy. It's a lot of work to listen sometimes. And I began to listen to what she was saying. So eventually she told me that she had two children. One was named, my name has Mark, and the son and the daughter. She said she has 2 grandchildren, about 5 years old. And this took a long time for me to get this information, but all of a sudden she was becoming a person that had a voice. But boy, no one at that table it's going to be very hard for them to get that close to her in their wheelchairs to listen to her because she speaks in a whisper. But if I strain, and all of a sudden this person has a story. She has the history. She has 2 grandchildren. It's just amazing. People could be, sort of lost in the universe there. They're lost anyway because of residents sometimes being in a nursing home. Yeah, so she's telling me these things. And one day she said to me, she said, my family said to say hello. And I said, wow. That gave me so much, of connection with somebody who doesn't seem to be. I think she connects with the aides, that work with her. I'm sure that she does. But anyway, that was amazing. So I'm learning about her. I always say hello to her. I sit by her. Every time I go, pull my chair over there and we talk for a little bit. And last time I was talking to her and listening to her, I told her about my birds, Charlie. I think I showed her a video, pretty sure. But anyway, she was interested in seeing pictures. That was nice. So I was standing there with my coat on because I was like making the rounds, just saying hello to everybody. And she said to me, she said, why don't you put your coat down? I don't know why that had such an emotional impact on me, but it did. She said that. Why don't you? I'm not even sensing that she's noticing me in one way, and yet she is in another. It was very compassionate statement. Why don't you put your coat down? So I just wanted to tell you this story. And then there's so many people out in the world and in the residents that are, don't get much interactions with people, and sometimes they do. Sometimes they get a lot of interactions depending upon the resident, the home that they're in. Both my father and mother were in a home before they died. So what was unusual too was that there was a woman there that doesn't get along with people too well. I think she's scapegoated a lot, but she can be pretty nasty. She can try to take a smack at the aides sometimes. but also it's the way she also can be very gentle, and if you pay attention, interest in her. And I know her name. I say hi, every time I go in. And one time there was an aide there, and they wanted to take 2 cartons away from her, and she's just sitting there, and she didn't want to let them go. And I was trying to figure out, why don't you let her keep those 2 cartons? You know what happens to her? She gets very obsessive. She doesn't know what to do with them. I do know what she doesn't know what to do with these 2 empty milk cartons. And that's what she does with life. She's very confused. She doesn't know what to do. So I said to her, do whatever you want with them. You can do whatever you want. They're your cartons right now, And she gets very confused. So this aide gets into she grabbed that aide that wanted to take the cartons away, and then the aide pinched her in the arm. They didn't understand. This is what she needs to do. She's confused. But one thing that she did, she said, I see that woman that you talk to who doesn't talk to anybody, and I see how you are with her. I see how you are with her. And I'm sure that's the way she would like me or other people there to be with her too. I see how you are with her. I see how she smiles when you come in. Yeah, so I'm getting to know this woman, and I'm going to get that photograph or drawing, and I'm going to have it framed, and then give it to her. It'd be nice. I think she'd be nice to have it for her. So that's it about listening. How hard work it is sometimes. If we listen very hard and work very hard at it and pay attention, it's the attention and the payment of attention that really goes a long way. Makes people feel cared for and stand out and important. And that's what it's all about, our work in some way. It's helping them feel secure and cared about and paid attention to and listened to, sometimes for the first time in their life. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to sign off right now. Mark Sehl. Thanks for listening. And thanks for following.